Mbak Siti. Pak, yang Pak.
Ya.
Sehat.
Manggilnya
Pasti.
Ada sopanan, ada sopanan.
Itu tenan naon.
Bukan sudah isi
Mbak, mungkin di sebelah sana aja.
di tengah ya.
Alright. First of all, thank you very much, Pak Ridwan Kamil, Mayor of Bandung, for visiting us here and also to meet with the delegation from MCC delegation from DC. It's quite an honor for us to receive him in our office. I think the purpose of this meeting is to really exchange and understand also what Pak Ridwan as Mayor of Bandung had also initiated. We're particularly interested in the Bandung Urban Infrastructure Development Program and how it actually also has links to the support that we are now providing to ULP Bandung or PSU Bandung.
Agenda for Indonesia. We're proud to be a partner with you in that and are looking forward to learning more today about your vision for the city of Bandung and how you see the kinds of systems that the procurement modernization project is helping bring to your city. Also, what it would take to replicate and scale those across Indonesia more broadly. So would love to learn your perspective on 4 members of our team who are leading the Green Prosperity Initiative. So as you probably are aware from your work at MCA, the Procurement Modernization Project is one of 3 that we're working on here. The other 2 are Green Prosperity, which is on natural resource management and renewable energy. And then the 3rd is a community-based health and nutrition project.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm sorry about the schedule. The president invited the whole leaders, yeah, total 600, all at a meeting, very important meeting to make sure the economy is low in terms of inflation. Yeah. So we are instructed by the president to make lots of innovations to make sure the inflation is very low. Number 1, I am the mayor of the 3rd largest city, so more or less I can represent the issues of Indonesia in the future. Very urban, but also metropolitan. So my city is surrounded by 4 other cities. Yeah. So in total, the metropolitan is around 6 million population. We are very urban, 60% under 40. And number 6, the most active Twitter user in the world is City of Bandung. So it's a very talkative society. Yeah. That's why I'm very reachable by Twitter, by Instagram. I have today 3.8 million Instagram followers. Yeah. So I use that to educate, to answer, to campaign. I become a mayor. Bandung is my hometown, and 50% is under is SMEs cities. Yeah. So I'm the product of very open democratic elections. So yeah, I'm very proud about Indonesia in terms of democracy. We have very peaceful democracy process. I am an anomaly. I was elected 2013, but I was not a political party member. And I learned in 2 years that to reform Indonesia, technology is the key. So the last 2 years, I transformed manual procedures of bureaucracy into all digital. Yeah. I have been building almost 300 software, including for procurement and lots of things. And we are awarded last month as the quote-unquote the smartest city in Indonesia by the Ministry of telecommunications. I fight corruption also using this system. I make online business registration. For register now online, you pay the fee online. I deliver the permit document also by post. Yeah, so I cut the habit of people meeting people. So that's basically my philosophy. I cut the culture of people, citizen meeting the official. I made another reform early this month for business SMEs under 50,000 US dollar. You don't need a permit in Bandung. Yeah. You just need to register using your mobile phone that I'm doing a such and such business. This is the first in Indonesia. So you can imagine if 500 cities and regions are led by progressive, innovative individual, you can see Indonesia move very, very fast. We grow now 5%, and McKinsey study shows if we keep the growth within 5% the next 15 years, by 2030 we can Indonesia become the 7th biggest economy. Okay. So the problem of my bureaucracy today is number one, reforming the bureaucracy. I'm happy to say there are 3 parameters that we achieve quite significantly. Number one, bureaucracy performance index, in Indonesia, SAKIN. We were ranked 200 in my first month as a mayor, now ranked number 1 within 2 years because of using this smart city approach. Most expensive things with politics is political will. So I'm happy here because I will be giving my expensive thing, which is political will. So your goal as organization, your assistance to us are greatly appreciated, and I'm more than happy to take any assistance and advice how to make Bandung practice to be the world class practice as expected, and we have the human resources, we have the will. Limitation, I said to the health department, look, you have to build a bigger hospital. And what did the head of department said to me? Okay, Mayor, first year budget only afford to buy the land. Second year for design and engineering. Third year to build the construction. Fourth year to buy the healthcare equipment. Fifth year you got arrested for corruption. Sixth year everything's up. It takes 6 years. Okay, just to build a simple basic infrastructure. So I learned to many places. I went to Korea, I went to London, to many places. I think public-private partnership is the key. Yeah, you have to open this opportunity and bringing the market to go to a city infrastructure opportunity. And good news is since last year we have the guarantee funds unit called IIGF, Indonesia Infrastructure Guarantee Funds. So if investor comes, something happen, the IIGF will take over and respect the investment until the process. So this is what we are looking for. So the more we put things that to the e-catalog, that will be revolutionize the way we live. The third one, number one is the e-procurement system, EPD or e-tendering. Number 2 is e-catalog. Number 3 is PPP. So for PPP, since there is no precedent, we with Millennium Challenge and LKPP starting the first projects. I need to change 50,000 street lighting into LEDs to be more green, right? So we are open for international bidding and we are assisting. So this is what happened. If Bandung succeed with this PPP, Bandung needs 6 billion, right? If you multiply by 500 cities, so the opportunity for city infrastructure in the whole Indonesia is around 2 to 3 trillion US dollar. So this is something that I need to send to the world, that please come to Indonesia. You have two doors now. Number one, you go to federal government to check the project in investment, or by the power of decentralization, you go directly to me, to the mayor. Situation now, cities Indonesia only 20% from, because local government Indonesia 80% are regions, 20% cities, but 20% cities handle almost 65% population. So I think that's more or less what we have now. Any assistance, I will be more than happy to approach.
Great.
So this will be my intro.
Thank you, Pak.
And I guess one of the things we're doing is procurement modernization. Kind of, what's the interface that you see as far as between making the government more efficient, and then how that's going to impact the ability to bring some of these projects online, and kind of where can we add value? We do a lot of public-private partnerships. We bring transaction advisors in, we identify projects, and you've done a lot of things that we usually help on the policy side, or getting the law for the PPP actually in place with the Minister of Finance and so forth. The guarantee fund, which is very important.
Countries, we find that the citizens of particular communities and even government officials sometimes are still deeply suspicious of bringing the private sector in to provide the traditionally government-provided services. Government officials sometimes resist bringing in private sector, but sometimes it's also those that I won't name any names, but right now we're involved in a fairly large PPP in one of our African partner countries, and the public outcry about bringing in the private sector to help provide energy through a PPP has been tremendous, because there's a deep suspicion that when you have a PPP, the private sector is coming in just to take, and it's the people or the government that loses out. And I'm wondering if you faced any of that resistance, and if so, what did you do to overcome that, so that there's a sense that
Setting up a comprehensive transparency process from A to Z, not only in the e-procurement. Sometimes e-procurement is a product of planning and budgeting. The first two, when you don't have a system, that's also created a problem. Yeah. This year, I implemented the serious e-budgeting software. Yeah. Because of the e-budgeting, I deleted 1,200 programs that the department thinks is important, but when we audit, it's not important. So you can imagine, without the machine, I cannot check 6,000 programs per year within my cities. Before this e-budgeting, for example, our proportion of budget to build for public and budget for our internal costs is 50-50. In Indonesian standard, 50-50 is okay, right? Some cities are 70% for internal, 30% for public, that's very bad, right? But now because of e-budgeting, I can break a record now, 61% for public, 39% for our internal, because of efficiency. So if you have some system that can assist Indonesian cities not only in the e-procurement process, but also recommending any system from planning that can be trackable to e-budgeting for make sure the budget is spent right and up to that would be changing the landscape. For example, in Indonesia law, when there is a budget under 200 juta ya, 20,000 US dollar, you don't need to bid. Yeah, so you just directly appoint it. If the cost of things is under 20,000 US dollar, this is an example. So what happened? They create a system to get more program within the 20,000 US dollar. That is why educating them is the most difficult. So if you would like to help us, I think help us by investing the knowledge to the whole Indonesian system. That resistance may be only 30%. I'm happy to say the positive notes tone is maybe 70%, because I myself will explain. When I asked my team to explain, it's not very clear. But I said, look, I cannot be always the one who become the speaker for this PPP. But I already dedicate myself. Up to December this year, I will travel to many places in Indonesia. I'm the president of local mayors in Java. So at least I have 25 cities behind my leadership. So they already educated, they want to learn. That's why the street lighting PPP, I think that to be successful. When it is successful, I have a case. Water supply to these people using the PPP for 50 million US dollar, 400 million. And now it's already break-even point, the service local system and local politics. But when it is there, it's opening the whole opportunity. It's big. $3 trillion US dollars is big.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
We appreciate the partnership and look forward to continuing to break ground on both the model that can then help spread the word and then the infrastructure that can make it easier for every city to follow.
You've been to Bandung?
We are going the next few days. Yes. Very much. Thank you so much.
Oh, the interview.
Kami ingin tahu apa alasan Bapak dan pemerintah Kota Bandung untuk ikut bergabung dengan program modernisasi pengadaan besi Indonesia.
Ya seperti kita tahu ya, budget anggaran daerah atau nasional itu besar sekali. Dan kita harus memastikan bahwa uang yang dibelanjakan itu betul-betul sesuai dengan tujuan dari program pembangunan. Tanpa proses pengadaan yang transparan, kita akan mendapati pembangunan tidak bergerak secara progresif, tapi uangnya habis kan begitu. Nah, dengan sistem modernisasi pengadaan ini kita bisa memastikan bahwa X dolar atau X rupiah yang dibelanjakan akan sesuai dengan ekspektasi yang kita rencanakan. Karena itu Bandung sangat komit untuk membuat sistem pengadaannya ini digital, modern dengan transparansi dan standar internasional. Itulah kenapa kami bergabung untuk memastikan kita terdepan di dalam modernisasi pengadaan di Kota Bandung.
Lalu jadi harapannya apa yang akan dicapai pemerintah Kota Bandung setelah bergabung dengan program ini nanti setelah 2 tahun?
Ya harapannya kami bisa mendapatkan reputasi sebagai kota yang transparan, mendapatkan reputasi sebagai kota yang betul-betul belanjanya sesuai dengan tujuan pembangunan. Kami bisa menjadi kota yang dengan sistem teknologi ini menjamin keberhasilan pembangunan dengan akselerasi yang lebih cepat. Nah, oleh karena itu juga kita berdoa mudah-mudahan tidak hanya Bandung, tapi seluruh ratusan kota di Indonesia juga menggunakan modernisasi pengadaan ini seperti yang Bandung sedang upayakan.
Itu saja, terima kasih banyak Pak.
Terima kasih, sama-sama.
Waktunya.
1, 2, 3, jempolnya mana?
Jempol.
3. Saya mungkin sini. Tekenin. Bapak. Boleh awasi, boleh teman. Ini Ibu kurang. Tensi E-nya dapat. 1, 2, 3. Ada lagi? 1, 2, 3.
Oke.